You know, when I was first introduced this kingdom message, this kingdom concept, I was blown away. Right? I was shocked. Just like I'm sure you were shocked when you first came across velocity banking. I'm sure you were like, "Oh my god, financial freedom. Yes, that's me. Let's go." Okay? Same reaction for me when I first came across this kingdom concept, how to establish your kingdom authority in life and take hold of your finances, your personal health, your family, really control and project your future. Really, you are in complete control of it. I'm really super convinced that this concept of velocity banking, infinite banking, kingdom authority, creating wealth, establishing a legacy for your family are just these pain points, but also these extreme desires that I know my lovely moms and dads, moms and dads out there, that you guys really have been struggling with. Okay, so I want to kind of take my foot off the gas with all the beginner tutorial videos, all right? Because I know how important that is for you guys to really get all the details in terms of starting your financial journey to financial freedom, debt freedom, right? Financial wealth, all that good stuff. I want to spend some time for a small percentage of my audience here who are completely debt free, or you're very close to becoming debt free, or you have very good cash flow. Even though you have a lot of debt, you've got very good cash flow, and you're figuring out different ways that we can allocate money in the process of doing velocity banking. So what I have on the board here are my numbers, my current state that I'm in, and how I am establishing my own kingdom. And then I want you to definitely comment below, see what would you do differently, or what do you need to go ahead and add into your life, because everything that I'm going to go over is going to be very, very detailed. It's going to be a lot. So pull out your notes, grab a cup of coffee. We're going to break this up into a nice little series all about establishing your kingdom. Diving into the numbers here, income anywhere from 10 to 12,000, expenses 4 to 5K, debt nothing, cash flow anywhere from 6 to 7,000. Numbers can fluctuate, right? Give or take. But these are just averages. I have a personal line of credit. Okay, that's my debt tool, my main debt tool, 10,000, and then I got a nice credit card for 9,000. Total debt tools I have is 8, and then I've got my tax-free bank, life insurance asset, putting in 6K a year. My MEC limit is 11,000. Okay, so that's the activity that's going on. All right, and what I want to break down really are the three things that I want to have in my kingdom, and then the things that I want to build in your kingdom so that you can establish what you want for your life. And I think there's 3 vital pieces that we need, okay? And the first thing that we're going to go over in this video particularly is activity income, okay? So to show you what my activity is, I have a business, right? I do YouTube, right? I create content, create videos to attract my ideal clients so that I can serve them and I can fulfill my purpose in life, which is why I started a business, to fulfill my purpose and build my kingdom. The second thing is I'm doing velocity banking. That's my activity. That's my financial system. That's my financial flow of things, right? Third, building a brand. In today's world, your brand is like the best resume you could possibly have, right? For your next venture, your next business opportunity. Like having a brand where people just know you off of a nickname or they know you through social media. Like, stuff is powerful, having a brand. So I'm working on building that. That's my activity. And then last thing is building credit, or what I call building capital, to fund my brand, Velocity Banking, the business, the activity. Okay? Very important. And what's nice is that Velocity Banking really helps with everything. It really brings it all together. I know in some of my videos I've drawn some triangles to kind of show what Velocity Banking really looks like, right? And with all the scenarios that we've done so far, you know, to really reflect on how powerful it is to really apply Velocity Banking in everything you do, like making it a lifestyle, okay? So that's the activity. The reason why I want to share this with you is I know I have entrepreneurs, business owners, people that desire to start a business soon, right? I was just talking with a mom and I grilled this mom on her starting her business, right? In Las Vegas. I'm like, look, we got to build a brand. We need to create content. We need to do this. We need to do that. We need to do all this activity, right? And when it was all said and done, we're like, look, here's the strategy. Let's focus on activity. For a lot of people, with your current income and current cash flow, Velocity Banking almost seems impossible for some people. I know. It's like you've got negative cash flow, or you only have like a couple $100s of cash flow, and you're not going as fast as you want to. Well, that's where the whole 10x method comes into play that I've touched on a little bit, and really just building your activity income. Like, what are some ways that we can bring in money? Like, I want you to really ponder on this. Like, is there a business opportunity in your local area? Is there a sales job that you can take? Is there a side gig that you can start? For my moms that are stay-at-home moms, okay? Listen, I know what you do is a ton of work already. I know that. But I am here to tell you that you have the capacity to be mom, wife, okay, worker, authority, establisher, business owner, an empowered woman. You have that capacity. You've been born with it. You have it instinctively. And I want you to tap into that so that we can increase our results when we're doing Velocity Banking, okay? And that's where this activity income really comes into play. So I want to give you some examples, some activities that I've done in the past, and then things that I'm doing right now. So in the past, what I was doing, and still to this day, is I was creating a ton of content. I was documenting my experience as a young millennial with desires and wants and a passion and purpose. Before I did that, I started to write down everything anything that really sit with me, that really exploded, that got me so excited. And I want you to do that, because out of that is going to explode into a business, okay? What you know, for my moms out there and my dads as well, listen, what you guys know, right? I was talking to a business owner. They've been in business for 10 years, and they help people get jobs that are disabled. I'm like, look, nobody knows you, yet you have 10 years of experience. If you started documenting and recording and posting content on how to get a job if you're disabled, what to do when you get disabled, what are the next steps, when to do this, what resources, what free resources are out there. Like, you start doing this, you create a brand, you create an audience, you create a community, a support team. That creates more activity income so that you can get results, so that you can get this debt out of the way, and we can start focusing on building a kingdom. So that was some of the things that was just an example of someone else. But for me, I did the same thing. I was like, all right, let me create a lot of content. Let me push it out. I don't care if it's on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever you want. Give people value, man. People need to know what you know, just like people need to know what I know. And that's why you're watching me. So I want you to do the same exact thing for your life. What do you know? What are you an expert in? You're going to be an expert in something after working 10, 12 years in a certain industry, right? You need to share that, okay? And that's going to build your kingdom even further. So some highlighted points right here. Current activity. Current activity. Laid it all out for you. I'm using a service called Business Credit 101. I've got a link in the description below. You can check that out. That is all about establishing and building my credit for my business, which is going to, help establish my business credibility so that when I approach organizations, nonprofits, companies in my local area, I can show them my business worthiness, its credibility, based off this stuff right here, building business credit, and also having like a business plan put in place. And I'll get into that in a second. So that's one of the main things that I've done so far. The next thing is, I was like, let me build a Wikipedia profile. Why not? Right? All those famous people have those Wikipedia profiles. Why can't I have one? Right? In fact, let me make a Wikipedia profile about my company, about Velocity Banking, since nobody's doing that. You could do that for your business as well. Okay? So basically what I'm saying is, for this activity income, we need to start a business. Okay? You're working paycheck to paycheck. You cannot work forever. You can't. But what you can do is establish a business that will outlive you and your kids and your kids' kids. You can do that. We have to figure out what that is. Let's do it together, okay? Next thing I'm doing is starting a blog. I figure, you know what? People still read. A lot of people read, right? So they're gonna get my content in video format, the visuals, right? And then they're gonna get written content. I've been, dropping seed that I'm gonna drop a book soon. I'm gonna make a book. I'm gonna create a book. I'm gonna do it, right? Got to start with the blog first. Got to get the content out there in written format, and I can bundle that into, chapters and deliver a nice book for my audience. Okay. Next thing, I secured domains. Okay. I bought my name. I bought Velocity Banking 101. Bought a couple other domains. I used GoDaddy. Okay. For blog, I use Medium. For business credit funding, I use Business Credit 101. There's a link in the description below. Okay. For Wikipedia profile, I used a company called Wiki Professionals. Okay. Next thing, trademark. Okay. You've been in business for a while, so I'm talking to different people at the same time. We've got people that don't have businesses that are watching. We have people with businesses just starting up. And then we have established business owners. And I've got quite a few audiences that are right here and then right here. Not too much on the startup side. I've got like this window, so you know who you are. If you're on this side, trademark is very smart. If you haven't done it, you need to do it. Right? I'm working on that right now to trademark my business so that I can really be the authority in my space, and that will really secure my business credibility as well. It's like, oh, this guy's got a trademark, he's got a business plan, he's got good credit, he's showing good financials. Let's hire this guy, right? So they're no longer looking at my age. They're no longer looking at that, right? They're looking at the paperwork. They don't really see me. I send that paperwork in, I send the proposal. Right on paper, I look great. And then when they come here, that should be enough, for them to pull the trigger. Where I wrote address and number registered, that is referring to also business credibility, getting your registered business address and having a business phone number. I just did that, and powerful. Little things like that, lenders look at. Lenders look at that uniform. Okay, business name, the business address has the same name, business phone number, business email is the same as the business name, business website is the same as the business name, the business address and phone number is on the website. Okay, okay, right? Getting somewhere. Another thing, Google My Business. This is free. Okay, everything above is, completely, all have services, all have fees. And if you're wondering, then no, how the heck do I pay for all these things? What do you think? Velocity banking. Okay, that's what helps us fund those things, right? As you're paying off debts, cash flow is rising, right? And when I'm working with majority of my clients, we set up at least 2 to 3 chunks per year in our strategy to pay off debt in like a 5 to 7 year window, no matter how much the debt is, whether it's $500,000, $1 million, 1.5 million, 5 to 7 years, right, to pay off all that debt. And then in that same process, as we're eliminating all that debt, we're also redirecting all the savings and interest that we get to start building the activity even further so that we can increase that income. So when income increases, obviously cash flow increases, because typically expenses are going to be much lower because you have less and less debt. Would you agree? Yeah. Okay. And then that's where we come over here. So if you're wondering, how the heck does this kid pay for all this stuff? Listen, I don't even use any of my own money. I'm using the bank's money, credit cards at 0 interest. I'm getting all these things that it's going to bring back a return on investment. Okay, it's going to help build my brand that will literally outlive me. Okay, and it'll get passed on to my kids. And that's where we get that kingdom mindset going, right? I want you to be thinking kingdom mindset for the next few videos that I start really dropping kingdom mindset, right? This ain't about you no more. You need to make it about someone else, right? Because most people, especially moms, will do more for others than they would for themselves, right? And that's good, but you need to really hone in on establishing something that you own, yes, but the intent is to help those others. So we're keeping that same mindset, but with the authority in your hands, okay? So that you can do more and help more, because that's your instincts. Those are your instincts, Mom. I know it, right? So we just need to financially make sense of that so that we can continue to do it throughout our entire lives, and then promote that mindset to the kids so that you raise a loyal daughter and a loyal son, and so that they don't go astray, right? Because if you don't provide them with the information, with knowledge and truth, they're going to look for it somewhere else, and they're not going to find it in this chaotic world that we live in. They're not going to find it. They're going to get lost. And then you're going to wonder, what happened to my kid? Right? You're going to wonder, oh, I don't know them anymore. Well, you need to take responsibility for that while they're young, okay? And even if you have older children that just seem to get astray, they're in their 20s now, they think they're the shit, they're in college, or they got a nice job or whatever. Listen, you need to really promote this passion and purpose that you have, and then you regain that loyalty and that honor that a son and a daughter is supposed to have for their mother and father. Make sense? Cool. Last but not least, branding, creating content. I don't care if you're 60, 70, 80 years old. You need to be creating content. People need to know what it's like, what you've been through, your experience. People need to know. Hey man, you made it to 80 years old. You done X, Y, and Z. You were in the military. Okay, what can you teach to these young vets? Right? What can you teach them? They need to know that. That's impactful to them. So I wanna I want to leave it there. Okay, current activity. We talked about past activity, where we're covering activity income. Okay, establishing a business. Okay, implementing velocity banking as a lifestyle in everything that we do, creating a brand that will outlive us, because that will provide substance and sustainability for your business, and then building credit to gain access to capital so that you can invest those funds in the business, use none of your cash flow, keep all of your cash flow, right? And leverage credit to get those things. So by the time these things return on investment, you've had all this cash flow, you're able to supplement, pay off all that debt, and have a wonderful day. Okay? God bless you. Stay tuned. Content coming at you.